Hello, everyone, and good afternoon, ma'am. We are the Team 14, and I am Catherine Gam. We are going to report the Chapter 14, the Environmental Hazard and Human Health. So bear with us as we discuss this chapter. Before we proceed to the topic, let me explain to you first what is the environmental hazard. So, in environmental hazards, these are potential threats to human health, safety, and the environment that arise from natural and human-made factors. These hazards can originate from various sources, such as natural disasters, pollution, toxic chemicals, and climate change. Okay, so when we talk about environmental hazard, kanang very familiar na jud ni nato kay since na-discuss na jud ni siya since kanang sa science nato since sa high school pa grade 7. By the word hazard sa environmental hazard, ang mean ani sa hazard is dangerous. So nagpasabot ani is environment, atong palibot nga nakahatag og danger sa ato ang human health og ato ang safety og sa ato ang environment sad. Example aning environmental hazards are kanang sa natural disasters like earthquake, kanang mga bagyo, and kanang pollution sad nga human-made nga mga air and water pollution, toxic chemicals nga human-made sad nga factors, and climate change which is natural siya nga factors. So very familiar na jud ni nato ning environmental hazard, anya ato lang ni siyang gi-recap. So, ari na pud ta ni human health. Unsa man jud ni si human health? Si human health nag-refer ni siya to sa ato ang overall well-being of an individual in terms of physical, mental, and social aspects. It is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. So, makita nato nga ang human health kuan jud siya nga sa ato ang physical bitaw nga unsa na state sa ato ang physical na healthy bata, or nabatay sakit, or sa ato ang mental sad nga kung nabatay problema sa ato ang mental nga need batag kanang mo adto sa psychology, and sa social aspects pod nga kanang naba problema sa imuhang pakig amigo sa uban, pakig socialize, and kanang ang human health or ang good health nag-enable siya sa individuals to function effectively and efficiently in their daily lives and pursue their goals and aspiration. Of course, kinahanglan jud nga para ganado kay ta nga mo himo sa ato ang mga daily lives ug kanang para ma-pursue nato ang goal sa ato ang dream, nindot jud nga natay good health para mo function ta effectively, mo function atong utok effectively. What's in a baby bottle? The BPA controversy. Kani si what's in a baby bottle before we start sa iyang statement, core case study ni siya nga related sa tuang topic which is environmental hazards and human health. In the human body, very low levels of chemicals called hormones control sexual reproduction, growth, development, learning ability, and behavior. Scientists have discovered that certain pesticides and other synthetic chemicals can act as hormone imposters that may impair reproductive systems and sexual development and cause various physical and behavioral disorders. Some of these hormone mimics are chemically similar to female sex hormones called estrogens. In males, excess levels of female hormones can cause feminization, smaller penises, lower sperm counts, and the presence of both male and female sex organs or hermaphroditism. A widely used estrogen mimic is bisphenol A or BPA. It is a chemical building block in certain hardened plastics, especially shatterproof polycarbonate used in a variety of products including baby bottles nga makita ninyo sa figure 14.1 and sipping cups, reusable water bottles, sports drinks and juice bottles, microwave dishes, food storage containers, and as a can liner in nearly all canned foods and beverage products. Mo ni ang meaning ni BPA. Bisphenol A, ikuha na siya kanang chemical building block nga para shatterproof si kanang ang mga plastics gamit siya sa mga plastic pag made sa mga plastic para dili-dali mabuak si plastic. In addition to the possible health threats from exposure to BPA, the widely used bottles made of polycarbonate and other plastics often end up as litter on beaches. Nga makita ninyo sa figure 14.2 nga nasya sa dagat unya makita po ninyo nga sa visible kayo nga kanang before sa mga tao nga mga basura, mga plastic. And in the ocean, where they can harm various aquatic animals. Research indicates that 93% of Americans and most citizens in other industrialized countries have trace levels of BPA in their bodies. There is scientific controversy over whether exposure to such trace amounts of BPA and other hormone imposters poses a serious threat to human health, especially for fetuses and infants. So, very delikado dyan si BPA no nga. Kay, since makaharm siya sa ato ang environment, napuday siya og makaharm po siya, maka-threat, na siya serious threat sa ato ang health pod. This raises a number of important questions. How do scientists determine the potential harm from exposure to various chemicals? How serious is the risk of harm from a particular chemical compared to other risks? What should government, health, and regulatory officials do if there is preliminary but not conclusive evidence of harm? So, ani nga chapter, we will look at how scientists try to answer these questions about exposure to chemicals, as well as questions about health threats from exposure to disease-causing bacteria, viruses, and protozoa, and questions about other hazards that kill millions of people each year. So let's proceed to the first key questions of our topic, environmental hazards and human health. What major health hazards do we face? Risks are usually expressed as probabilities. A risk is the probability of suffering harm from a hazard that can cause injury, disease, death, economic loss, or damage. Si risk usually expressed in terms of probability, which means ang probability nagmean siya nga usa siya ka mathematical statement about the likelihood that harm will be suffered from a hazard. likelihood na jud siya chance nga ma-suffered na siya chance nga harm nga ma-suffered gikan sa ni hazard. So risk is a probability naa say chance nga mag-suffer og harm from a hazard that can cause injury, disease, death. Nga. Ang mga scientists often state probability in terms such as the lifetime probability of developing lung cancer from smoking one pack of cigarettes per day as 1 in 250. This means that one of every 250 people who smoke a pack of cigarettes a day every day will likely to develop lung cancer over a typical lifetime. So usually considered ni siya to be 70 years. Risk assessment is the process of using statistical methods to estimate how much harm a particular hazard can cause human health or to the environment. So by the word assessment, no, nag-assess bitaw siya using statistical methods para makita pila ka percentage nga ma-harm sa usa ka particular hazards nga can cause sa ato ang human health or to the environment. While risk management involves deciding whether or how to reduce a particular risk to a certain level and at what cost. Diba si risk assessment naggamit siya kuan pa siya pila ka percentage. Pero si risk management ani na ma-involve bitaw ang decision making bitaw nga kung unsa ilang buhaton para ma-reduce ang particular risk sa certain level ug unsa sad ang ilahang mabayaran. Makita nato sa figure 14.3, nag-summarize siya how risk and assessed are managed. So makita sa nato sa figure no nga sa box pink nga naglabel og risk assessment, nag-identify siya sa hazard ug mga consequences sa risk. So, what is moto no nag-identify siya sa hazard with the question what is the hazard? Unsa to nga particular nga hazard? How likely is the event? What is the likely damage niya nga ihang sa ang mga consequences jud sa risk. Ari na punta sa blue nga box which is ang risk management. So nag-compare na pud si risk management, ang compare siya sa mga risk analysis nga iyahang gipang analyze. Yeah, risk reduction, how much should it be reduced? Unsa, di ba, sa risk management nag-decide sila kung unsaon ma-reduce ang harm sa isa ka kuan sa certain nga particular nga hazard or risk. Onya, risk reduction strategy unsa ilang pamaagi nga para ma-reduce nila unya ang financial commitment nga how much money should be spent mo nitong musod to nga ilahang mabayaran ilang ma-cost sa pag-decide sa unsaon nila pag-reduce sa risk or sa mga damage. We face many types of hazards. All of us take risks every day. The key questions are how serious are the risks we face and do the benefits of certain activities outweighs the risk. We can suffer harm from 5 major types of hazards. These are biological hazards, chemical, physical, cultural, and lifestyle hazards. Si biological hazards from more than 1,400 pathogens ni siya. Kani si pathogen, isa ni siya ka organism nga can cause disease in another organism. Example ni biological hazard is si bacteria, viruses, parasites, protozoa, and fungi. While si chemical hazards from harmful chemicals nga in air, water, soil, food, and human-made products. Example ani niya is katong ato ang core case study nga what's in a baby bottle nga kato si bisphenol A nga makaharm siya sa environment ug sa ato ang human health. Next is si physical hazard. Kani si physical hazard like fire, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, floods, and storms. Harm ni siya sa ato ang environment pod o sa ato ang self nga makakause og serious injuries. Next is cultural hazards like such as unsafe working conditions, unsafe highways, criminal assault, and poverty. Mo na siya si cultural hazard tong. Next is si lifestyle hazards like kanang smoking, making poor food choices, drinking too much alcohol, and having unsafe sex.
So, to answer the first key question of the chapter, what major health hazards do we face? People face health hazards from biological, chemical, physical, and cultural factors, and from the lifestyle choices they make.